I wanted to talk about codependency for a moment today because so many people in my life, including myself, are recovering from codependency or are in fact still very, very codependent. And there is this misconception out in the world about what codependency is. And I like to throw out there, I am a fraudulent creator. And fraudulent creator, what I mean by that is the fact that I am constantly studying from so many different teachers. I have a guru. I am rabbit hole geeked out on self-development and finding tools and understanding for how to navigate this place to share with others, as well as mostly for myself. And as I dig myself out of my own holes, I'm able to or capable of sharing what's worked for me with other people. But codependency is basically this state that some of us have withdrawn into as a result of not having healthy relationships with the way that we received love, most often as children. And so it's very pandemic, it's very systemic in terms of how, the relationship with adults and children has been portrayed in the world. Children supposed to be quiet, supposed to listen, supposed to behave well. Negative emotions are frowned upon. And so therefore, a lot of codependents have been abused, or a lot of codependents have in their childhood had unhealthy, unbalanced ways of being loved. And, it's been societal. It's happened for a really, really long time. So, when a child has a temper tantrum, in a grocery store, the way that, a parent might deal with that is to, retract love in order to get the child to stop. Or the child is labeled bad if they have, behavior that is loud, that is, expressive of a negative emotion that they're feeling. Babies, when they come into the world, cry, to communicate. And they don't have a sense, their ego doesn't have a sense of, it's bad to cry or scream when I need milk, or I need to be changed, or I need to be picked up and I need to feel loved. No, these things are developed over time because often good behavior is rewarded and negative behavior is frowned upon. And so codependent people basically start learning in the world that if we want to express something that is negative, or we have resistance to something, and we are going to share our resistance, we are not going to be accepted or loved or validated because it's not good. And so we will start to split our personality. We will start to split ourselves, and we will resist what's true inside of us, and we will offer something different to the people in our world as to create harmony, keep peace, and to feel loved. So even though we don't necessarily really want to be helping somebody or really want to be doing something, we may do it just to create peace or to keep harmony in the scenario or the situation. And we may go along with things so that the people will still keep us in their lives or love us or, treat us with those nice, fuzzy, warm feelings because of the praise or the appreciation. And codependents are at the root terrified of not being perceived as good, because if you're not good, you're not lovable. And the core of humanity wants to feel like they are lovable. And so what happens is when we are internally in resistance to what our soul yearns for, in contrast to the behavior and the things that we're offering the people in the world, we become unwell, either physically or spiritually or mentally. But we're living out of alignment with our true self, and we're creating this facade on the outside that appears to be rosy. So all the doers and the helpers and the givers, but where is that coming from? Where is that doing? Where is that giving coming from? And for codependence, it's oftentimes coming out of a fear of not being good or seen as good. So everything of our external persona has this film over it that is conditioned to behaving in a way that we feel others will embrace us as positive, loving, and, good citizens of the earth. Where the breakthrough comes is in willingness to be perceived as not necessarily a good person, to be able to say the truth, to be able to say, I don't really want to do that, or I'm not doing this. Or even though, society deems me good if I'm in this role doing this job, or my parents will approve of me, or my partner will approve of me, or my friends or society will approve of me if I look like this person, but it's not in alignment with who I am. So therefore, I'm not going to do it. Or if you're in a relationship, any kind, teacher, parent, partner, anything, and you decide to say, no, I'm not interested in doing that, or no, that doesn't align with me, even though it's going to cause ripples, even though it might mean that relationships' foundations will crumble and it won't hold the test of time, but you're going to live more in alignment with yourself. You start stepping into integrity and self-worth. And this is how you step outside of codependency. And it's a big deal because codependence can take on this victim state, and they don't like to hear that. And I'm one, it's very uncomfortable to think that through apparently selflessly giving myself away for so long that I realize it's not selflessly giving myself away. It's selfish because I'm trying to create harmony all the time. And that's not letting people see me authentically. And that means that people will know at the end of the day, I'm not always the selfless person, not at all. In fact, many of my actions have been selfish to preserve peace and to anticipate people's moves, to safeguard that calmness in the environment, whatever that may be, whatever hoops I might need to jump through, whatever roles I might need to play, whatever activities or responsibilities I need to add on to myself in order to keep peace, to be a good person. Because at the end of the day, I want to be a good person. We all want to be a good person and we want to be loved. But that's not authentic. And it hurts us. We're out of alignment with our true self and our purpose and our authenticity. And it's living in fear of crumbling what may not exist in the first place if we need to be something else in order to have it. The truth is that the people that are meant to be in our life will be in our life if they can see us. And the other truth is that so many people in our life may be aching to see us that perceive that false layer that stands between us. And it's really important for us to step outside of needing to be good and to walk 100% in that authentic place, because it's going to serve us and it's going to serve others. And it's a lot of work to get there. But I think acknowledging and understanding how detrimental and how many disharmonies with our physical self and our mental self, etc., are being caused because of the root of where that comes from is really paramount. And I hope that this was illuminating in some capacity for yourself or in understanding others in your life that may be functioning from this place. Have a great day.